What's happening, guys? It's Chris from the Crypto Crushers, and I hope you're all crushing it out there. Just bringing you a new video. I'm going to start doing this more and more. I've had so many questions and comments from people outside of the crypto world, and I just thought I'd do a few videos. So we'll see how it goes. I hope you like it. If you do like it, hit like and subscribe, and I'll put more. And as always, put any questions you might have, and I'm happy to go through all of them. Getting right through it. First of all, the thing everyone's talking about, $800 billion in the market. That is huge. When I first started looking at crypto, it hadn't even got over 200 for the entire space, and now we're at 800. We did have a small pullback, and it's sitting about 780, 779, something like that, when at this recording. And it is just, that's huge news. Bitcoin has dropped back. It's hovering around 15, 16, which is still huge, don't forget, you know. And I still think I'm very bullish on the long term. So I think Bitcoin, month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, I think you're only going to see it grow. It's not going to be this 10, 20x. It's not going to go up so huge so quickly, but I do believe it's going to go longer and higher, because it's the only one that everybody knows about, and it's the one that, you know, I wouldn't pay 15 grand for a Ripple. I wouldn't pay 15 grand for a Litecoin, but you'd pay 15 grand for a Bitcoin. So I can see it getting to 20 grand or even 30 grand in the next year. Okay, so next would be Ethereum. Ethereum is killing it right now. I am so stoked for Ethereum. Congratulations to them. They've gotten over 1,000, then they pumped through to 1,100. I think they hit 1,200, and they're pulling back now at about 11 something, so 1,100 and something. So I'm still bullish on Ethereum. They can pull back a little bit, consolidate around 1,200, and it wouldn't surprise me to see 1,500 anytime soon. Ripple, as I mentioned, it is huge. I am stoked with Ripple. Whatever your feelings are on Ripple or anything like that, it's really good to see it at over $2. I think with the news coming out, there's a lot of information and rumors right now that it's going to be opened up on some Japanese exchanges. The Japanese banks are already using or trying to use it. The South Koreans like it. And they're huge hitters in this industry. So pay attention to that. It could be $5 in the next month or two, or before, when what's happened recently. So keep an eye on Ripple. Litecoin had a nice rally. It hit 300. I'd like to see Litecoin stay around 300. It's dropped back to about 250, 260. I would like to see a $300 Litecoin, and if it breaks above 330, I will probably buy back into Litecoin. I'm bullish on the long term of Litecoin. I really like Litecoin. I've liked it since the beginning. I was a bit distraught when Charlie Lee sold all his, but I understand why. You know, that's fair enough. If you want to know more about those sort of things, go and check out. Always do your own research and look into anything that you wanted to invest in. Don't just read one thing and buy into it. Do some research, dig into the company, figure out what they're trying to sell, why they're trying to do it. Right, aside from all that, the real reason for this video is it's going to stem from my other video about diversifying. Right now, there's been a huge rise in the altcoins, so everything other than Bitcoin, basically. And I want to talk about those outside to say the top 5 or the top 4 coins. And I want to, people have asked me questions like, oh, what is going to be the next Tron or the next big coin that's going to go 10, 20x straight away? And I'm not going to get into what it is and I'm not going to get into that, but more importantly, I don't think that it's smart to have all your money go into something that you hope is going to drop, you know, 10 times, 20 times in a day. Because if it's going to do that, it's just as easy to drop down. I implement the 40-40-20 rule. Some people like the 50-25-25. And my 40% would be Bitcoin and now even Ethereum. Between those two, I think they're both solid, long-term, stable markets. And then 40% in your top 10, 15 coins. So that would be my Ripples, your Litecoins, Monero, I guess Bitcoin Cash if you like it. You know, and sort of having those they're your midterm gains. I mean, they're just yesterday they Monero went up 10%, 10, 12%. Ripple, as we talked about, has gone up and up and up. So they're good to have as well. And then you've got your 20%, the last 20%, and you can look into, say, something like Verge or Tron, or, you know, one of those smaller coins. Raycoin right now is doing pretty well. Dodge, which was a bit of a fun coin, but yeah, if you lose on some of those, or if you make it big on some of those, then it's perfect. It's great. I don't think you should put more than 20% into those coins that can go 10, 20x. It's just not solid long term. I mean, if you're looking to get in and you got $100 and you just want to throw it down, go to the casino. It's the same, you know, it's the same bet basically. So, you know, I've had some people are trying to look to get into different altcoins and what they want to do, and I keep telling them, be smart. Bitcoin, Ethereum, to some point standard Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, they're all going up slowly. And now if you put in, say, $2 grand, $3 grand for whatever you can afford, you're going to see gains in those. Now, you might not see the drastic booms that you hear about, but it's going to be a steady, solid win. So if you have $1,000 and you put, you know, 400 into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then you put 400 into the other ones I mentioned, you take the final 200 and you can buy 1,000 shares of something that's 3 cents. And it may go great, or it may not. At least you've had a go. But in the meantime, the other 80% that you've got put away is ticking over, and you'll have a little win, a little loss, a little win, a little loss, and it just keeps going up. You know, if you look at the whole industry, you know, we're at 800 billion, like I mentioned. It's increasing. So as everything increases, so does the big 8, the big 10, big 12, what do you want to call it? So I do think that it is a great industry. I don't think it's too late to get involved in the crypto space. I still think Bitcoin's got some to move. I think that eventually, maybe at the end of this month, there's going to be a big pullback from all the altcoins. People will start taking their profits into Bitcoin. I see Bitcoin being 20 grand. May not be this month, but might be next month. So don't count it out. Don't write it off. And just be careful when you are going through these smaller coins. I really like some Cardano. It's hard to get right now. And also, you know, they just brought out their paper plan for the next year, and it wasn't groundbreaking. And they don't actually have a product yet. So people are buying, you know, this was $1 or $1.15, and people are buying for it, and it doesn't actually offer anything. So I'm not trying to bag on Cardano. I like the coin. I like the people behind it. I like what they're talking about, but it doesn't have any solid value right now. Whereas you in turn, you look at Ripple, and they're talking about partnering with some of these Japanese banks, and they're partnering with they're not letting you know, but it could be Western Union or PayPal and things like that to make their lives cheaper. So there is something there. So keep that in mind when you are investing in these other ones. The last thing I wanted to talk about on this video was Stella Lumens. I've had an interesting couple of conversations with people regarding Stella, and people are like, Stella or Ripple, what's your thoughts? Are you with? Are you against? And my point is, this isn't a football match. We're all winning. Why not have both? And that's for any coins. I listen to people on Twitter and YouTube channels, and they talk about how, you know, Ripple's the best one in the world, or Bitcoin Cash is over Bitcoin, and blah 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 blah. And my point is, like, why do you have to choose one? That seems so silly to me. You know, we're not supporting our favorite teams. We're all trying to make money, and as long as everything grows, isn't that great? So leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd like to know what you think about Stella versus Ripple. Stella is more decentralized and is probably for more peer-to-peer, person-to-person. Ripple seems more corporate. It has shareholders and it is more for big businesses. That doesn't mean it can't make money. Again, I'm invested in both. I like them both. So it's the big discussion that I've had with different people around right now. So please tell me your thoughts on Stella. Tell me your thoughts on Ripple. And if you like the video, please hit like and subscribe. As always, Clarky, I'm waiting for my money, and keep crushing it.